How's that coming, Lorraine?
It really slowed, so it was almost stopped, but then I noticed it was moving again.
When it stopped, was there a deep tranquility within you? Or it's just stopped? Was there a sort of afterglow or not?
No, it was more like the pulsing kind of, although the pulsing is kind of still a flow, but it was not the gentle flow. It kind of took over for a bit.
Ah, okay,
and then I was
fine.
looking for that gentle flow, and then it sort of showed up again.
Excellent, very clear report. And you're continuing to be able to experience the flow as a pleasant, kind of soothing thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you're essentially experiencing widespread poison ivy as a soothing flow of energy. Is that true?
I have to say, yes, it is.
And yet we did nothing other than focus on just what is. So it's pretty weird, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming it's mostly in your arms that you've been focusing, is that correct? Or have you been focusing wherever the poison ivy itches are?
I was focusing on the flow, and I have to say that it sort of went into my abdomen as well. Like it sort of involved my torso and my arms.
Tends to spread, in other words. That is a characteristic of the flow experience. I'd like you to see how widespread within your body you can find phenomena that could come under the category of flow. There could be tingling or waving in your legs, your arms, your torso, your face, expansion, contraction, inward pressures, outward pressures. See how widespread through your body you can find things that might come under that category. Just sort of take an inventory through the body.
Yeah, now that I've sort of opened up my search, it is all over.
It's fairly global in the body.
Yeah.
I'd like you to zoom out and cover your whole body with awareness and focus in on the flow as encompassing your whole body. That's excellent. Sometimes this is the way it happens. It's fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever knew that severe poison ivy could be so much fun? Who would have ever thunk it? And you're particularly sensitive to poison ivy, is that correct?
It seems, I cannot deny that I am very sensitive to it.
Well, you're doing great work. Able to get that sense that your whole body is sort of flowing?
Yes.
Now, we're going to up the challenge level considerably. I'd like you to keep your awareness in the body and, if possible, on the flow. But I'd like you to open your eyes, but sort of defocus your eyes. Try to just sort of soft focus so you're not too drawn into external sights. And see if it's possible to maintain some contact with that flow with your eyes open. The opening of the eyes could intensify the flow. It could cause the flow to sort of become less, or it might have no effect at all. But does this instruction make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'd like you to try that. Able to maintain some sense of that with your eyes open?
Some sense of it. The pulse kind of asserted itself again. But there's still a bit of a presence of the flow as well.
Even with your eyes open?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So this shows you that you can maintain this in life. It doesn't have to be just when your eyes are closed necessarily. You could maintain it as you're going about daily life. You might be able to maintain some sense of an awareness of that flow throughout the day. Does that make sense, at least as a theoretical possibility? Good. I'd like you to close your eyes again. And I'd like you to bring your attention to your mind for a moment. We're going to go out of the body. Bring your attention to the area in front of, behind your closed eyes, sort of your mental screen. Does that make sense? If we were to ignore mental images and colors that might be there, we'd be left with dark, bright, or gray. Is it mostly dark for you, mostly bright, or mostly gray?
Mostly dark.
I'd like you to focus on how the pattern of dark and bright is changing there, constantly changing. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It is moving, right? The dark brightness. Is that correct?
Well,
By moving, I mean like shifting, perhaps in very small ways, or that's not the case?
it's moving in the sense that some of those bright spots are fading and then coming back and then
That's
fading.
what I mean.
Yeah.
We'll consider that to be flow inside that blank.
Okay.
So I'd like you to note that as flow. And if there is any vibration inside the blank, the dark, for example, if there's any like bubbly or whatever, note that as flow also. Does that make sense?
Actually, no. Could you say that again?
Well, when you look at the darkness, brightness behind your closed eyes, it could be perfectly stable or it could be moving in some way.
Okay.
Would you say it's perfectly stable or there's movement of some sort there?
There's movement of some.
We'll call that movement flow.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'd like you to just focus on how the visual phenomena there flow. And if you happen to have any mental pictures of things, if they move or change or melt or morph, we'll consider that flow also.
Okay.
So we're going to sort of look at flow inside either your mental blank screen or any mental pictures that might be present. Now, of course, there might be times when there is no flow. Everything might be perfectly stable. So only note flow if something changes. If it doesn't change, then just stay there and let things be stable.